Hello, this is Valerie. I'm Nana. Papa isn't in, he isn't home today. So instead of doing the regular podcast, which we couldn't do this weekend, what I thought I would do is traipse through our project bags, my project bags, and just see what's going on. Some of these you will have seen, some you may never have seen, some are like really old, and some are just I haven't had the gumption to rip them out, but I know I'm never gonna finish them. So we'll just get started. I'm gonna start with the current whips just so that you can see where we're at on them. I'm hoping to have one of them finished tonight. We shall see, but it will be really close. I'm almost done with the hem, and then all I have is the neckband. So if I don't finish tonight, I'll definitely finish it this week. The next one I'm hoping to finish by the end of this month. That would make me super happy. So we shall see. And then the others we'll just talk about. And then there's some that are in project bags that have never started, yet I really wanted to work on them. And the trick is going to be, can I remember what I wanted to make with those yarns? So we shall see. So starting off, let's do this one first. This is to go with the KAL that I'm running on Zoom. We're doing either the Stripes of Joy or the Vibes Tee. I chose to do a 3-color version instead of a 4-color version. This is for my granddaughter Abigail. I am doing a folded hem, and to do a folded hem, I was going to do a tutorial, but it's just so easy. You just knit double the length that you want, and then I go and put in a small needle that in the first row of that color, and then you use your, and I gotta fix this because these stitches are coming clean off this needle. That's what happens when you knit your entire sweater on a 16-inch circular needle. Yep. Oh, come on. No, don't want to lose you. No. Alright. Sit stopper, we need you. Okay. So, I have started binding off. So you fold it over, and then you just do a 3-needle bind off. So, and I tend to use a larger needle for the 3-needle bind off. So if I'll use a super tiny needle to pick up. So this is a US 0. And then I use the original needle that I knit with here. And in this case, this was a US 5. So I'm using a US 7 to bind off. Which you don't have to do that. It's just I tend to find that I bind off really tight if I don't. And even using the 7, it comes out not super stretchy. But that's okay. It's perfect for what I want it to be, so we're good. You can, if you want, though, you could also do a Icelandic bind off when you're doing the 3-needle or Icelandic version. You do the 3-needle bind off, but do it like you're doing Icelandic, and that has worked for me to be much more stretchy. Because my granddaughter's pretty petite, I'm not seriously worried about it being super stretchy. But if this were for me, I would have to have it be super stretchy. So that's it. This sweater is the Vibes Tee, as we talked about, patterned by Tif Nielan. The yarns are entirely by Treehouse Knits. I don't remember. I want to say this is Motherland. And this is Hive Mind. And then the green and brown variegated is, I want to say Katinka. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And the reason I chose to do a hung hem is, this is the ribbed hem, and it's already on the sleeve, and it's already wanting to flip back. And so but I found that when I do the folded hem, not hung hem, but folded hem, it doesn't do that. It goes the way it's supposed to. So hopefully this will block out and it'll lay flat for me. Otherwise I'll have to rip them out as well. But that's that. Move that. I have so much to show that I need to find spaces for everything. It's so sad. Okay, so next, the other one in progress. We'll try not to rip any stitches out on this one. This is my, what do you call it? Well, it's my heavily modified flax, but Flax Light. You can't really say because it's on a 16-inch circular for the body, so it's really hard to tell. But the short sleeves are done, and I did have to change color, and you can really see that change color here, and I'm hoping that the recipient doesn't hate it. I did do a helical in here, but I didn't do helical in here because I didn't have another color to do it with, and then I don't know if they hate it, they don't have to take it, and I will keep it, and maybe I'll lose weight and could fit in it, or I'll gift it, but it is what it is. I can't do anything about it now, so, or I'll never ever get it done. So I was stressing over it, but I'm not anymore. But I am going to finish it. I'm determined. Oh, this is entirely out of Deciduous, which is a colorway by Stranded Dyeworks, who is Jude. And if you know, you know. So there's that. Now, one more that is semi-active. I haven't worked on it really. Just a couple rows each week when I need a break from the smaller needles. Then I pull this out, but it does not get as much because I know that I need to get the others done. So this is the Ranunculus. This is for me. This is yarn that I dyed except for the Mohair. So the Mohair is Pickle, and the DK Boucle was dyed by me. But together they just make glorious. And kind of a big deal. I call it Pickle. It's not. It's kind of a big deal. It is from Leading Men Fiber Arts. Cannot recommend that color enough. It is the ultimate green almost. It's just lovely. And they will be here at DFW. And I don't know if we're going to be able to go, but we are trying to see if we can go to DFW. And if we go, we're going not to go shopping, but to see people and to try and record so that we can walk through as though y'all are walking through. We're actually going to wear, at least one of us is going to wear a phone and record as we're walking through. And we're going to try to do it in a slow enough way so that it's like you seeing. So that's our goal. We're going to try. That's kind of what, I don't know about y'all, when I see those videos, I'm like, oh, go back to that. Can you go back to the, and sometimes you wish you could. So we're going to try to do a few zoom in, and not just things that I like or that Jim likes, but, and we can't do everything, but we're going to try to feature those that we can and let you see. But this is my Ranunculus. I don't know that I'll have it done for Rhinebeck, but I would like to because it's my favorite color. It's also a warmer, but it's not necessary because I have my other sweaters that I intentionally repaired to wear at Rhinebeck, so I'm good. But this is a nice distraction for my hands from the smaller needles. So that's the only other thing that I've been actively working on. So now we're going to enter into the what in the world phase. So project number 1, this is a hat, and it's clearly a cable hat with lace. Now I have no earthly idea what hat pattern I could have possibly been making that would be cables with lace. It also is cables with very little purl, if any. So it's just I honestly cannot tell you what pattern this is. And I can tell you that it's probably never going to see the light of day. I did not enjoy any portion of this knit, so it's probably going to get frogged. Will it get frogged today? No, it will not. Alright, here we have the start of, I don't even remember. Oh, you know what? I do. Remember when I was supposed to be doing that really small, lightweight sweater, and it was supposed to be, this was that test knit. And see how, like, see-through this fabric is? But once you put it up against your skin, it's not so bad. And that is just such a light, perfect summer fabric. So I'm going to keep it. And I think, given the size of it, I think that I can use it for the back side of a tank without having to start over. So I'm just going to keep going. I don't know when I will pick this back up. I absolutely, unequivocally love this yarn. This yarn is by, why is it, what, did y'all do this? Do you like, can you see the person's face? Can you see them on Instagram? Can you see them knitting on their little reel? Can you, are you seeing the same thing I'm seeing? And then there's like, Twisted Ambitions. Yes, it's Twisted Ambitions yarn. Do y'all do that? Anyone else where you see the images and you just can't get there? Anyway, and so I have 2 skeins, and I've decided that if it doesn't work what I intended, I am just going to color block, and I'm going to knit blocks and knit a block down and then knit over whatever, and I'm going to make a t-shirt, and I will include this, which is Malabrigo sock in the color Dewberry that was given to me by my friend Rebecca, which is purple, and I didn't realize it, but apparently I love purple almost as much or more than I love green. Or I love knitting purple more than I love knitting green. Who knew? Okay, next. I don't even know what's in here. No, I just know it's, oh, this is a bag that's ready for stuff but doesn't have anything in it except for, it has pink. Oh, do you know what this is? This is a gift. This is a gift for a pink friend. Well, a pink loving friend. So we're not going to show the rest of the surprises in here because this is for her. Because I'm taking it with me to Maryland, and she already knows who she is, so there'll be more things added before I actually leave. But yeah, this is for my friend who I miss very much, and I wish I lived closer, but I'm grateful she's in my life and she knows who she is. I don't want to talk about that one just yet because it's not in the project bag, but it was with all my other project bags. So these are socks that I was doing 2 at a time, and I desperately needed the needles, so I ripped the needles out of the cuffs, and I did not put stitch holders. I did not do anything because I live life dangerously. So maybe I'll pick up the stitches and maybe I'll finish the socks and maybe I won't. You just never know. I would love to tell you who this is, but I don't remember. I do know that I had this sock cranked, or the tube cranked for me by Aquila, and I also know that I have Knit Picks yarn in the palette, maybe. I think maybe palette, but I'm not entirely certain. Maybe twill. Yeah, it might be twill. Anyway, whatever it is, it's Knit Picks in a navy is the color that I was using for the heel and the cuff and the toe. That's that. Don't know when or if I will ever pick that back up, but that's what it is. Yeah, we have lots. Oh, and this bag I've had since forever. It's not wasn't a project bag, but it is how I learned how to make these bags, was because I had this one and I used it as a template, and so I've made quite a few more. This bag I forgot to tell you, this one is from my favorite, which is Gemma B Makes, and this bag is Knit for Brains. I love this bag. I don't like zippers on my knitting bags, but I love the print on that. And I know that there are a lot of people that love zippers. I'm telling you right now, me and my knitting, I always knit. I end up catching my knitting in the zippers, so I prefer the drawstrings big time. Or snaps. I'm okay with snaps. I don't destroy them. Y'all have seen this at least once before. This was a finished object. I ripped it completely out. I'm now re-knitting the body. I don't know. I haven't picked this up in a long time. My best guess is that I will pick this up sometime in December, maybe. Maybe November. I have no plans to work on it. I might take it with me to Rhinebeck because it is just knit in the round. So it's perfect for being on an airplane. It's perfect for travel, and I have a lot of stockinette. So I could take it with me and actually finish it at Rhinebeck, but I have no intention of getting it done before. So if the things that I need to take with me are done, this is a very good contender for taking with me. And the best part is that then I can find someone to take this bag. Now, this is from Bearded Purl, and I love the Bearded Purl podcast when they were still podcasting. I know they're over in Europe. I don't know if they'll ever podcast again or not, but I really enjoyed their podcast, and I love these bags, but I hate zippers. And so I know that one of my friends that's staying in the house with me will be open to having a Bearded Purl bag with a zipper. So one of them is going to be the lucky recipients if I take this with me. So now I kind of have to, huh? Somebody remind me. Bearded Purl bag, take it to Rhinebeck. Well, don't remind me now. Just remind me in October. Alright. Next we have, this is just very embarrassing. Oh, it's not in here. I thought it was. This is just the yarn. This is the purple yarn that goes with the, this goes in here. It's wound up. This is, I thought it was the blue hat. I don't know where the blue hat is. That blue hat is embarrassing. Somewhere I have a blue hat that I cast on during a knit along with Denise Bayron, and one of the best knit along ever. I should have stayed up. I should have, but yeah, just an epic human being. Denise, she sets the bar high, and the rest of us just try. I don't know. She's just amazing human. Okay, this is this project bag. I got this as a kit in a kit from Arctic Crafts by Bente, but the bag is from a maker in the UK, and I should know, but I really can't remember her name. I know she's still making, even though at this time Arctic Crafts is not dying. And what I have done is put in a little kit and like stitch marker, progress keepers, stitch holders, and yarn that I was gonna cake up. And this yarn I had intended to make the socks for the current KAL for an AIDS. I have not wound the yarn. I have not cast on with that yarn. It's just there because I'm so trying to finish the Vibes tee, trying to finish the Raglan, the heavily modified flax. Okay, this is just crazy pants. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Might just make a cowl or a hat and a cowl, and I don't know. I got some self-striping yarn from Knit Picks, and the self-striping yarn was, I don't even know how to describe it. Anyway, I didn't feel there was enough to really do anything with. The balls were too small, I thought. And so, and I didn't want to make a sock, and I didn't anyway. So, what I did is I took the 2 sets of self-striping, and I ran them together with 1 strand of a undyed lace weight. And so it starts out with blue, yellow, and white, and it fades through and ends with pink, purple, and white. And so I just thought that would be really pretty, but now I have no idea what pattern I want to use because it's, I guess it would be, it's 2 fingering weight plus a lace. So maybe a Aran, maybe a worsted, I don't know, but definitely not sport because it's 2 fingering weights held with a lace. And so if you have a pattern idea, let me know. It's been in this bag for a long time. This bag is from the mother of the girls from Canada. Why? It's just gonna keep going. It's just gonna keep going. Maybe it's on here. JoJo Bags. That's the mama's JoJo. If you know, put it in. Maybe I'll put it in the description box because I'll go look it up. They have a YouTube channel. They do lots of knit alongs, lots of shawls. Sorry. For all you shawl knitters, I love the shawls. I just hate making them. I need a miracle. I need those needles from Mrs. Weasley that will just knit. Oh, sorry. I am not suggesting one should ever give any money to that person who wrote those books. But Mrs. Weasley's needles, I need them. Anyway, so that I can have shawls and I can have socks and I won't have to knit them. I can just have them finished without actually having to make them. Or while we're on those wishfulness, can I have a crochet hook that does the same thing, and then it could crochet the things that, you know, get me excited, and then I go, I don't have time, or my hands hurt and it hurts my hands to make it, or, oh, I do not want to do. Anyway, there's a lot of that in my world. Okay, you have seen this one before. This is my shawl, which it's been so long since I worked on it. I honestly don't even remember the designer or the name, but I'm sure that I have it somewhere, so I will. Oh, you know what? I do know the name of the designer. It's a Tif Nielan pattern. I think. No, it's not. It's not. But it is a maker of color, which was important to me. And this, I can see her face. Why is it so hard? I will put it I'll put it on the screen, and I'll put some note of, hello crazy lady. Do notes before you get a crazy idea to go through all these things. But anyway, I have a long way to go on this thing. It's just barely started. I'm in the middle of a row. There's a surprise, but I don't have that much. I have about double this, and then then another one of these, and then another section, and yeah. I have a long way to go, and I haven't touched it in months, and I have plenty of yarn left over to finish it. The yarn, by the way, is from May. It is alpaca silk. It is absolute luxury to touch and feel, and anyway, I have no idea when I will pick this back up. This also could be something that I take, but more than likely not. And the reason being is because you have to remember your increases. You have to increase on in the right place, and then there's the rows that have texture or lace, and so this probably will not see the light of day at Rhinebeck. All right. We're still going. There's a lot more. Okay, this is just yarn. That was the end of a project that we didn't finish. You know what I mean? Oh, these are yarns I picked out for another Vibes tee. So if I make another Vibes tee, I thought those would go really cute. Who knows? Maybe make a really small one for my youngest granddaughter, or take. You know what I could do is I could do a Flax Light for my youngest granddaughter and make it striped so that she has a sweater like her bigger sisters do, and make a flax also for my grandson that is striped but is more non-gender specific. This is also I'm making the one for my granddaughter, and while making it I realized that I'm loving the colors, so I decided maybe I will make one for me that is 3-color at some point. This is Hive Mind. This is Porter Woolco in the Hope. It's technically supposed to be for socks, but I would much rather have that in a sweater that I can see and wear and love. And then this is Coffee by Stranded Dyeworks. 2 dyers have the best browns as far as I'm concerned ever, and that is Stranded Dyeworks and Urban Girl Yarns. Urban Girl Yarns Kava. If you're in the US, Urban Girl Yarns Kava, best brown. So many layers of color, just rich and beautiful. If you're in the UK or anywhere close by, Stranded Dyeworks, hands down. Yeah, can't love it enough. All right, and no, we're not done. Oh, and she throws things because. Yeah. So this is a failed whip, but I ripped it back to this point and put it back on the needles because I found another pattern that might work. And I really like the blue with the yellow and I can't remember the name of the colorwork pattern, but there's a really beautiful one that I may use, or I may just design my own. I just want something with either planets or moon phases, and this is host held double all the way through, which is super warm but also super light even though it's held double. So I don't know, or I may rip it all out and just do host held single, because I also like that very much. This is the yellow, and this is the blue. So anyway, I have a lot of host. So that, and that's a sweater. It's not a hat, it's a sweater. Oh, and it is in my Naughty Knitting stacks. We're not going to show the inside. If you caught a glimpse at some point, happy for you, but there are people that watch it that don't want to see the inside of Naughty Knitting stacks. But if you're one of those people that don't mind the inside, I'm one of your people. High five. This, I'm not even going to grab the yarn. Yes, I know. What are you doing? You hate shawls. Why did you cast that on? I cast this on because at work, somebody needed instructions, or they didn't believe the pattern was written correctly. So I was testing a work pattern. And I must say, I have some... I'm going to grab the yarn because I can't remember it. I have more than this skein, but... Sandnes Garn, Tin Lena. So let's see if I can get this where you guys can see it. So Sandnes Garn, Tin Lena. So I have several skeins of it, and I tried making a t-shirt with it, and I absolutely detested knitting it at the gauge necessary to be able to wear it without putting something underneath it. Just did not enjoy it at all in any way. But I must say, knitting it at a super large gauge, I mean, this was a US 7, and this is, I know it's fingering weight, but I want to say that it's like, it's 50 grams and 220 meters, which is 230, 240 yards. So for much like a hand-dyed 75-25, basically. Very nice and thin fingering weight. It does, however, is not very, the twist, I'm trying to see if I can get it to actually show you the twist of the thread. It's just not, doesn't want to show it, does it? Oh, I don't want me in there. I just want it. There we go. See how that twist is just barely there? I don't know if you guys can really see it. Anyway, it's not a very tightly twisted yarn. Or maybe it will show better on here. It just doesn't, it's twisted, but it's not super, so it comes untwisted super, super, super easy. So, not my favorite yarn to use, but no intent to really finish that project. It just was something that I pressed on, and I keep it ready or available just in case somebody else at work, another customer says, hey, I'm trying to knit this pattern and I'm stuck on da 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 da. I already have stitches on the needle and I can try and do that row or knit some stitches in the pattern that they're saying doesn't work. It helps. And then I think this is the last one. So this one I took out, but I haven't undone the yarn, I guess. I haven't completely frogged it yet. I was knitting a tee with this yarn, which is Holst Coast, and I was trying to knit it held double, and I just realized this summer that I don't want anything out of this Coast held double. I wouldn't mind having a top made out of the Coast held single. I don't know if I want to knit it. I may see if somebody wants the yarn, because I don't mind. I wear this all the time. But this sweater it's really light. You can almost see my skin behind it if I pull it out. But when I'm wearing it, you can't tell. But it's knit at a lighter gauge, and it's lighter than air, almost. So I live in Austin. It's just stupid hot here most of the time. And so, I mean, okay, do we have winter? Yes. We had snow. Remember, it was like all over the news. Oh my gosh, they had snow. But we also get 100 degrees for 4 months solid. Actually, it's been more. It was May, June, July, August, and we're now in September. So, yay, 100 degrees for almost 5 months running. Although we did finally hit 90 something, you know, yay. We're in the 90s. Let's celebrate. Yeah, because that's so much better than 105. Anyway, I think that's, oh, no, we didn't show you the project of shame. The will I rip it out or will I not? Truth be told, yes, I'm gonna rip this out. Mostly because I want my project, my stitch holder back. But this is, I believe, called the Livie. Maybe, I'm pretty sure it's called the Livie. Livie. Could be wrong. Don't know. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this pattern. Nothing. It's just not a good pattern for me. And the reason being is this pattern has you do a central double decrease, which requires slipping a stitch, taking the stitch marker off, knit something, slip the stitch back over, put the marker, it's just, and you gotta remember, is this are you supposed to do it on this side or that side? And are you increasing here, or are you increasing both sides? Are you only increasing on one side? Which side is it? I don't know how y'all do it. How do you do these things without, like, wanting to hurl things and hurt people? Because I can't. I would knit 5 of these, 10 of these, maybe even 20 of these before I could successfully knit one of these. Color work, I'm here for it. Cables, all right. This, shoot me. Anyway, I don't know what is wrong with me. I do love this yarn. This yarn is just dreamy. I am holding it double. Okay, I know it's not the color, it's the feel of it. All my friends that know me are going, girl, that's salmon. Yeah, I know it's salmon, but it's not. I mean, it is, but it's not. So this is this yarn held double, and the plan was to hold it double until I ran out of this, and then because there's 2 balls, right? So you finish where you run out, and then I was going to switch to, it is not being nice to me, this color and hold this with this, and then it was going to be just this by itself, and then it was going to go to the dark purple. But because I hated it so much and hated knitting it, I have since used a good portion of this and a good portion of the purple. I could still keep going and switch over to this because they go really good together, but then I don't really have anything to add. I do have this color. Yes, I do have a thing for Slub yarn. If you don't like Slub yarn, send it my way. I love it. I like knitting with it held double. I like knitting with it with Mohair. I don't care for knitting with it single. It doesn't want to knit by itself. So if you're trying to knit this single and you're struggling, just hold it with a single strand of lace, a single strand. It doesn't have to be Mohair lace. It could be just plain merino lace. It could be silk lace. It could be, hold it with Suri alpaca lace or Suri alpaca fingering. Hold it with fingering, but just hold it with itself. Any of those things would be fine. But it is glorious. This and this for sure, and this one are for sure Long Dog yarns. Yes, I do love her yarn. I haven't purchased from her in a long time, but that's because I've been trying really hard not to purchase from anyone. Y'all know that hasn't been successful, but I have been very, very, like, you have no idea how reserved I've been, because I was not reserved in 2020. Not even. But, this, I'm 99.9% certain that this is from Diane at Suburban Stitcher. I have not met her in person. I miss her podcast, but I have not met her in person. And she's supposed to be at CFW, so that would be cool. But mostly is like Chenny Piece Corner is supposed to be there. Busy Peach is supposed to be there. It's right there. It's Chicken Coop Dyeworks is supposed to be there. Chicken Coop Dyeworks. That's yes, please. I want to meet you. I want to anyway. And then this, I'm torn. It could be Suburban, or it could be Chelsea Luxe. And the reason being is that they both, I felt, did similar color, but they didn't call it the same thing. And it's kind of blown out. It's not nearly as cheerful, I feel. Maybe. But it's more of a like rose gold thing, and I love rose gold. I just do. So those are those colors. I don't think I told you any of the rest of the yarns. So if there's any of the yarns along the way that you have questions about, just pop it in the comments. I really wasn't trying to be a weirdo and not tell y'all stuff. I do somewhere have a hat that, oh wait, it was there, we just didn't pick it up. I told you this is the hat of shame. Look at how sad this is. It's supposed to be a beret of light. That's it, the beret of light. Look how much of a beret I have. Like, I didn't even, girl, you didn't even finish your increases. What? All I have to do is finish the increases and then just knit for a while. And look at what a beautiful hat for giving to Knit the Rainbow. This might have to be what goes with me if I haven't finished it by then. I think this goes first because I would rather take stuff rather than take that sweater that isn't. Although I could take the sweater and I could donate the sweater. There is that. No, I can't because it can't ever have been worn, and it was worn by me. Once, it was worn by me. So we can't take the sweater. So, but we can take the hat, for sure. Which means, anyway, I don't know where it went, because I know I also had, oh, they're at my feet. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. This is also not yet started. This is a kit from Trilogy Yarns. If you don't know Trilogy Yarns, you should, because she's sweet. And she's amazing, and I love her yarns. So this is, she calls it sand dune, and I know that that's perfect, but it also makes me think of a mushroom. Is that weird? Just makes me think of what are those, oyster mushrooms? That's what it reminds me of. But it's a very light brown, and it's just perfect, the perfect light brown. Like if you're needing a sandy browny color, this is it. And then this is purple, but it's eggplant purple, so it's almost a brown leaning, almost really super dark purple. And so this was the kit for the knitting, one of the knitting patterns for the End 8 KAL for the fall. And it's a color work cowl. And if you get the kit, you can make 2 cowls with the 2 skeins, one with this color being the primary color and one with this one being the primary, and then the accents just alternate. And so you end up with 2 cowls. And so if you wanted to make one for you, you could do that, and then you make the other one for Knit the Rainbow or for a friend. But that was the intent of the pattern and the kit. And but I didn't want to make another cowl. I mean, girl, if you knew how many cowls I made before I ever moved to Texas, I used to design them. I used to have so many cowl patterns. Well, okay, I still do, but don't. It was another lifetime ago. They're mostly crochet. I'm not making them. So what I did instead is, now I have 3 in 1. And so what I intend to do is to make me a shirt with this is the main color, and this will be my contrast color. And I don't know what pattern it's going to be yet, but I'm thinking Maxim Sear is my intent. So we shall see. It'll definitely be color work though. If there's enough, I want it to be color work. Even if I have to make it like sleeveless or just color work, anyway. Whatever I have to do, that's my intent, is to use these yarns to make a top for me. But again, they're not wound. They're not put anywhere. They're not. I don't know what Jim would have said about books and movies because he's not here. I haven't watched any TV that I can remember. I finished listening to the book. I think I had already finished it the last time, maybe not. But it was really, really, really good. I think I put the link in the last week, so I'll put it again. But it was a new to me author. It's a new to me story. There's supposed to be another one. I just have to wait until next month to see if I have the budget to buy the next book, or see if I can find it in a library, because I can't afford it right now to get another one. Well, I could get it and then say no to going to DFW, but I really would like to try. We don't get out of the house. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm trying to think. Except for going to a grocery store, a doctor's appointment, the post office if I have to. This last month we went, or last week, 2 weeks, I don't even know. Not long ago, we went to Office Max to get a chair that ended up failing miserably, but I haven't left the house. Jim does most of the grocery shopping, or he does Walmart delivery, but I just haven't left the house. And part of it is COVID. You know, I don't really want COVID, but most of it is, well, and part of it is too hot. But most of it is, where do I go? I can't, not in the budget to really go anywhere as a general rule, and don't know that many people, so where would I go? It just would be nice, so we'll see. If we do go, we'll definitely video, and we'll definitely post. The only thing we have to video on, or to take video with, is our phones, so it will be limited by what battery or memory is available on our phones. So I don't know how much footage we'll get, but we're always able to do a podcast. So what I think I will try to do, if I'm the one wearing the camera, is that I will wear it to go in, and then I will pause it, and then I'll go to a booth that I think you all might, that I want to. So you won't see all the booths because there's just no way, but I'll make it an effort to show the ones that I think you would be interested in, just because of who they are. And then ones that I really want to visit, like the ones I mentioned: Chicken Coop Dyeworks, Channy P, Busy Peach. And I think there's a couple more along those lines. And I know for certain that Suburban Stitcher is going to be there, and I'm going to go to try and meet her if I can. And I want to meet Sharon from the Modern Skein, and she's supposed to have Max and Vincent there, so would like to try to meet them if I can, and if I can at least have them say hi to y'all. I think that would be cool. And then yeah, so we'll just do the best if we can. I know it's like, we'll just go, but it's not about finances as much as it is, our car is definitely not roadworthy to drive more than from here to the store. Or, I mean, it's scary just for Jim to go to his doctor's appointments 50 miles away, 60 miles away, whatever, 70, I don't know. Whatever it is from Austin to Temple, it's not close. But yeah, and our car does not have air conditioning, so I have zero desire to drive from here to Dallas with no air conditioning in 90 degree, well, almost 100 degree. I guess lately it's been 95, 98, 99. I don't want to drive in that with no air conditioning in my car and no reprieve. I would arrive dripping in sweat. No one wants to walk up to somebody that's just dripping in it. Like, you don't want to be able to shower, and I am not getting a hotel room for one day. I'm not. We're just going to drive up, do what we can, and drive back. So we're going to try to get a car rental so that we can do that. So if it works, you'll see the video, and if not, you'll see us. maybe in this same spot. This is my where I work from home spot. So thank you all very much. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.